Good afternoon, everybody. Today we will discuss the next topic, that is Saves-us rule. So, according to the Saves-us rule are usually used in elimination reaction. So, according to the Saves-us rule, the dehydrohalogenation reactions and the preferred product is that alkene, which has the greater number of the alkyl group attached to the doubly bonded carbon atom. See, in this example, the dehydrohalogenation of the 2-bromobutane yield two products. One is 1-butane and the second one is the 2-butane. But see here, out of which the 2-butane is the major product, since the 2-butane is more substituted and double bond is exist in the middle. So that's why it is more substituted. So according to the Saves-us rule, this is the 2-butane. So according to the Saves-us rule, the more substituted product is more stable, since the substitution will pushes the electron towards the carbon atom which bearing the double bond. So that's why according to the substituted, double bond is more stable according to the Saves-us rule. Now the second product is the less stable one. So that's why it is minor product, because double bond are exist in the terminal position. So that's why the double bond is attained the least substituent. Now we are moving into the next example, Saves-us rule. See, in this example, a carbocation is generated due to the elimination of the halogen, and this carbocation can be stabilized by the next elimination of the hydrogen, and we can take the hydrogen from first position or in the second position or by the third position. So suppose if we take the hydrogen from the first position, so what will happen? We will get a more substituted product is obtained, and here the double bond is in the middle position and doubly bonded carbon atom is maximum substituted. That's why this is, according to the Saves-us rule, it is more stable and it is a major product. But if we pick out the hydrogen in second position, we will get a tri-substituted product. So that's why according to the Saves-us rule, it is little bit less stable than that of the earlier one, because there is only 3 substitution in the double bond. Whereas if we take the hydrogen from the third position, we will get the double bond in the terminal position. So it is least substituted and there is only 2 substituent in the double bond. So that's why our compound is the minor product and it is least stable. Okay, now we are moving into the next topic, that is Hofmann rule. Hofmann rule is also applicable in the elimination reaction. Then, where we will apply the Hofmann rule? Hofmann rule is applied in bimolecular elimination reaction, in which our starting material is substituted, most substituted, but among them the substituent may be bulky, and sometimes the bulky leaving group are exist in the starting material or bulky base are present. Then hydrogen that is lost will come from the least highly branched carbon atom. See, in this example, the halogen atom is attached to a carbon atom, and these carbon atom are substituted by one is the bulky group, other one is CH3 and the second one is hydrogen. So if we are eliminating the halogen, we will get a carbocation, and in order to stabilize this carbocation, there is a one more elimination of the hydrogen will occurs on the carbocation. So we can take hydrogen from either from A or from B. If we take the hydrogen from A, we will get a alkene in which the double bond is in the terminal position. So it is not stable according to the Saves-us rule. But here in this case, it is the major product, because if you are taking the hydrogen in the position B, we will get a Morse substituted alkene, but in order to avoid the steric hindrance, it is better to take the hydrogen from the position A. Now, we are moving into the comparison between the Saves's rule and the Hofmann rule. See the first example in which the halogen atom bromine is eliminated by using a base sodium NaOMe. And we are expecting the product, major product as Morse substituted product, that is according to the Saves's rule. We can expect the other product, that is minor product, that is according to the Hofmann rule. But according to the Saves's rule, the Morse substituted product is more stable. But if you are starting material, either the starting material which contain a bulky group or our base is a bulky group, then our product is least substituted is the major product. See in the first example, if we are using NaOMe as the base, then we will get the Saves's rule as the final product. Major product is the product according to the Saves's rule, because our base is not that much big. And if you are using the second base, that is CH3 thrice ONA, that means our base is very bulky. So if you are applying the bulky base, then the Hofmann product is the stable product, because we have to avoid the steric hindrance. Okay, now let us compare the steric hindrance in the starting material. See, in the first one is the transition state generated according to the Saves's rule. So base acquire more hindrance, because in order to pick out the hydrogen from the Morse substituted position, it is very difficult to take the hydrogen from this position. Whereas in the Hofmann transition state, the base can easily pick out the hydrogen. And since the reaction is a concerted reaction, that is both the elimination of the bromine and hydrogen occurs simultaneously, so we have to avoid the maximum steric hindrance. That's why if our starting material contain the bulky group, or if our base is a base contain the bulky group, then Hofmann product is the major product. Now we are moving into the next topic, that is alpha elimination reaction. Alpha elimination means it involves the elimination of the two living group which is connected to the same carbon atom. See this example in the chloroform. Here the hydrogen and Cl are the eliminating atoms, but both the atoms are attached to the same carbon atom. So that's why a carbene is the final product, and carbene is an electron deficient species. Okay, now we are moving into the next topic, that is pyrolytic elimination. It is a syn elimination. That means both the living group are eliminated from the starting material in the same direction. And this elimination reaction is otherwise known as EI elimination or elimination internal. And the pyrolytic elimination reaction occurs in organic substance due to the application of the heat. And pyrolytic elimination does not require any additional reagent or solvent, just like in alpha elimination of E1, E2 and E1Cp. Here only requirement is the temperature. And some of the substrate which usually undergo the pyrolytic elimination reaction are carboxylic esters, xanthanes, amine oxides, sulfoxides and selene oxides. And you know that the pyrolytic syn elimination is a concerted reaction. That means bond breaking and bond making occurs simultaneously. See the first example in which ethyl acrylate undergo the elimination reaction due to the presence of the heat at very high temperature 590 degrees Celsius. So we will get an acrylic acid and ethylene as the final product. Okay, now these are some of the substrate which usually undergo the pyrolytic syn elimination or EI elimination. esters, xanthine, amino oxides and sulfoxides, selenium oxide, etc. And here only the reagent is nothing but the heat, and we will get the alkene as the final product. Here we can see that a transition state and in which the bond breaking and making occurs simultaneously. That's why it is a concerted mechanism. See here in the first example, starting material, that is esters, the double bond in between the carbon and oxygen is shifted towards hydrogen, and the sigma bond between the carbon and hydrogen is shifted towards CC bond, and CO bond is shifted here. So thus a living group like R, C, double bond O minus is eliminated, and the final product is an alkene is obtained. Okay. Now, if a pyrolytic elimination occurs in a cyclic compound, see in this example 2-butyl acetate as our starting material, and if we are applying the high temperature like 440 degrees Celsius, we will get 3 different products. First one, here also there is a concerted mechanism occurs in which OAC and a hydrogen from either CH3, that is in the terminal position, or in the next alpha position, that is CH2, can take out. We can take the hydrogen from either CH3 or in the CH2. So if we take the hydrogen from the terminal position, that means in the CH3, we will get the alkene, that means double bond in the terminal position. That is the major product in this example. Okay. Because our starting material is more substituted and our elimination is syn elimination, that means the elimination occurs in same direction, and there is a concerted mechanism occurs in pyrolytic elimination as we discussed in the previous slide. So that's why we will get an alkene in the terminal position. Okay. But there are 2 more products are also available. The next product is an alkene, that is a E isomer, which is in 28%. The next is a Z isomer, which is 15%. How they will obtain? First of all, we have to arrange our starting material 2-butyl acetate in the Sohor's projection formula. So while we are writing the molecule in the Sohor's projection formula, we can place the 2 methyl group R on same side or in the opposite side. Okay. So if we take the methyl group R on same side, and then we are eliminating the hydrogen and OAC in the axial position. Since we are doing the syn elimination reaction, we can eliminate the hydrogen and OAC on the axial position. So we will get an alkene in which the methyl group are on same side, that is Z isomer is obtained. And in the second case, we can arrange the methyl group are on opposite side, and here also OAC and hydrogen are on axial position, and we are doing the same elimination reaction, that means hydrogen and OAC are on same direction, on upward direction. So if you are eliminating the hydrogen and OAC, we will get a E isomer, okay, in which methyl group are on opposite side. Okay, then so that's why we will get the 28% E variety and 15% Z variety, because in first case, Z case, we have to acquire the maximum steric hindrance, but in trans we can avoid the steric hindrance. That's why we will get the E isomer as 28% and Z isomer as 15%. Now we are moving into the pyrolytic EI elimination, syn elimination in a cyclic systems. See here in this example, we can see that there are 2 substituents are present. One is OCOCH3, the other is CO2ET. Here the most best living group is OCOCH3, and we have to eliminate one more hydrogen. since this is a pyrolytic elimination, we are applying the heat and the elimination reaction is syn elimination. That means most the living group are eliminated from the same side. So which hydrogen we will take? We can see that if the OCOCH3 are exist in the equatorial axial position. So we have axial, there is no axial hydrogen atom in the same plane here. Okay, that's why the ring flipping will occur and to form the next conformation. And here OCH3 form a transition state to the neighboring hydrogen atom in the equatorial position, and after that the molecule is eliminated and to form a double bond, and we will get this product in which the COCH3 and alkene are conjugated to each other, so the product is more stable. But if our starting material exists in the trans position, see here I have represented the trans position in the bottom of the slide, in which OCOCH3 is exist in the equatorial position, and both the hydrogen are on the axial position. So what will we will do? First of all, it forms the living group is equatorial position and hydrogen at the carboethoxy group is in axial position can adopt a necessary cyclic transition state and leading into the conjugated alkene here. See here in which the OCOCH3 and the hydrogen which is present in the ethoxide group form a transition state and elimination will occur. So we will get a double bond, and which double bond is mostly substituted. Okay. So there is no, here we can see that the cis and trans product will give the different product during the elimination, pyrolytic EI elimination. Now we are moving into the next topic, that is conjugate elimination. Conjugate elimination means conjugate elimination occurs when one or more double bond are inserted in between the carbon atom bearing the substituent that are eliminated. So that's why we will get a conjugated double bond is obtained which are more stable due to the pi delocalization, and the result of such elimination is a systems of alternative double bond and single bond. That means it is a conjugated system is obtained. That's why this elimination is more stable. Thank you.